All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Holistic Mystic Show. My name is Boston Summer. I'm here to help light workers prosper through soul healing and spiritual career training so that they can become a vibrational match to the life, the relationships, and the abundance that they seek. This week, we are entering into one of the most sacred thresholds of the year. It is a season when the space between, or the veil between the worlds grow thin. Um, Spirit feels close, our intuition heightens, and we can hear our ancestors more than we can normally. So this is a really important talk around this meaning and this importance, and we're going to be exploring what it means to move through this season with reverence and awareness. If you are watching us in the Facebook group, say hello in the comments. If you are joining us on our viewing platforms, you can always join our Facebook group in the show notes so that you can join live, ask questions, and be a part of the community. So I'm just going to make sure I have everything pulled up here. Perfect. Okay, so this is the time of the year where we feel extra sensitive. You may notice that you might be remembering your dreams, or you might have things come through your dreams more often. Things might stand out to you in your dreams that normally you wouldn't find importance or significance around. You might find that your emotions maybe are heightened, or just the synchronicities are on lock, right? They're like one after another. And this is really the energy that is at play right now when the energy of or the veil becomes thin. So let me in the comments if you have noticed this. And of course, if you're watching the replay, drop a hashtag replay. We're going to begin by talking about how to move through the world when the veil is thin. So this is, like I said, a time when this energetic boundary, or this veil in spirituality, in like religion, it becomes thin, and between like the 3D and the 5D, or the spiritual and the physical, or the seen and the unseen, it begins to disintegrate. And this is when things from the spiritual realms can come into our realm, the physical earth realm. And this could be a great thing. And it's good to know that we have energetic protection up when we need it, just so that we can go about this time without worry, and with grace, and with the most being in the most alignment, and the most how do I want to say it, uh intentional that we can. So like I said, you might notice more intuitive nudges, you might notice clearer dreams or heightened emotions. And the sensitivity is not random, it's an invitation to remember that we are more than just the physical realm, right? The spiritual and the physical realm are connected. And so, a good thing that you could do as this time begins to draw near is that you can ask spirit to help you to pay attention and to notice these things. You can ask spirit, what would you have me notice today? How are you trying to communicate with me? Right? And this definitely is before you pick up your phone. This is definitely before you interact with the world, right? This is meant to help to ground you and help you to harness with intentionality, with a clear channel, with energetic and spiritual hygiene, that we are connecting to the right source, and we are connecting to, or we can hear the source in a way that is intentional and clear, with clarity. Um, the ancestors are also going to be are able to come through during this time, our ancestors and spirit allies. And so our ancestors are healers, they are protectors of our lineage. They hold the wisdom that is written into our DNA, in our blood. in our bones. And they are the people that we can call upon to help us to walk in the right way, right? Help us to integrate lessons that are here for us, and for us to see things that people in different lineages wouldn't be able to see, right? Because it is written for us, and it's the way that our ancestors view the world and navigate the world and make meaning and make sense out of the world. And so these are the people that we can call upon to help us to um, find this guidance. And with prayer and intentionality, as I keep saying, we can find the wisdom that we're looking for. So um, it we can one of the things that I really like to do that you can also do is you can make an ofrenda to help you to connect to your ancestors. And you can also make an ofrenda for your spirit guides that you're wanting to talk to as well. The ofrenda comes from the um, Mexico, South America region. And this is a practice that they highly believe in. So definitely enter into this from a space of reverence, or a place of respect. Say thank you to their lineage. But every culture has their way of connecting with the dead and those that have passed on. And so this is just as simply one way that we can connect with them. So basically, make a small altar, and you want to decorate it with a candle, with flowers, with definitely a photo if you have one of the ancestors that you want to communicate with or would like to just keep and hold in your heart during this time. Anything that they may have liked. Maybe they have a little snack or a little sweet treat, or something they like to drink. My family worked with plant medicine, so I have some plant medicines on the ofrenda for them. And this is just to really honor them, honor their presence. It helps them to find the ofrenda. If you have little items that are theirs, you can put those on the altar. And you want to make sure that this is intentional. It's only for this time of the year. You're going to want to take this down so that their spirit doesn't linger um, after this. You can always having ancestry altar is a little different than like having an ofrenda made specifically for this time when the veil is thin. So definitely with intentionality, put that on there. And then you can also make prayers and visit this offer or this ofrenda or this altar throughout the time of, between the middle to end of October to the very beginning of November. But specifically, the 31st is going to be the strongest of this portal. So this is going to help you to really anchor in when to make sure you're tending to and writing things down and visiting this offer. I think it's a good idea to visit it in the morning and in the evening when our spirit, our soul is closest to the spirit realm, which is of course is when we sleep. So having that little bit extra connection, our touch point, can help to make sense of things and just write everything down. And it's okay if you don't understand what it means initially, but it's good to have it to reflect upon so that you can look back and try to find the common thread between these times of when you're um, uh, trying to find the meaning or things like that with it. And that is a different nuance as well of learning how to read the omens and to find the meaning in the things. But that's kind of a conversation for a different day. So we can honor the ancestors or the spirit guides. We can honor the spirit realm in a way that still feels grounded and we're not being caught up in the etherealness of it, because that can also, it's so when the veil is thin, it's really easy to drift, right? The spirit kind of wants to drift out of the body and like be more a part of a different experience. but we can make sure we are fully integrating it and embodying everything that's coming through, which is really important because I think it's easy for spiritual people. I'll just talk for myself to identify a lot the spiritual um, happenings or occurrences, and it's easy to forget about the physical experience. And so bringing them together, the somatic and the spiritual, is going to help to blend and make sure that you're receiving fully what it is that you're meant to receive, whether you're trying to find an answer for your life, or you're trying to um, find guidance, or you're trying to channel in wisdom, or you have a creative thing that's going on that you need help and inspiration with, or maybe a healing. So good to keep these in mind, that we involve the body in this experience. And the true key to integrating lessons and implementing them in our lives is having this holistic aspect. That's something that I have been talking about since day one, is integrating mind, body, spirit. And so our body can bridge, is the bridge between the worlds. And so we can help that experience by grounding in and rooting in wisdom, frequencies, messages, dreams, and a lot of different things, up divine downloads, frequency changes, with the help of the body. And when we bring the body in, it's really the last piece of the puzzle of manifestation and locking in a new reality for ourselves. So some of the things that are really helpful around, especially around this time, is things that have roots, right? So root chakra work, herbal teas that have roots like burdock or dandelion, warm, nourishing meals like soups, especially those root vegetables like carrots and potatoes, and then also ginger. Ginger is a fantastic, not only grounding herb and root to work with, but it's also very empowering. It helps to activate and stimulate and strengthen the solar plexus chakra, which is the place of our willpower, which is the place of our motivation and our confidence. And so, bringing in all of these aspects allows us to really ground into the experience that you want to have with the ancestors or the spirit guides that you're working with. So deep, moving our bodies, breathing deeply, and placing a hand on your heart, one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly, and just allowing yourself to be fully present while simultaneously being one foot in one world and one foot out of the other. And when you get to understand how to do that in a way that is safe and effective, so much clarity can come through and you can get into your flow state so much faster. Okay, I know I'm kind of like trailing on, but let me know in the comments what your key takeaways are so far. So the Samhain is a Celtic Sabbath, and basically that is the same time as Halloween, and the Celts called this time of year Samhain, not Halloween. And basically it is one of the turning points of the Celtic year. So it honors death, and it honors this need for things to die in order for life and new beginnings to happen. And this is where we release things when they've served their purpose, so we can make space for the rebirth process. And so this is also a time of the year that you can get really intentional about what you want to release, right? It's a portal of release and renewal. And so that's also, time of ancestors. It all makes sense. It all comes into this same frequency of death and the leaves falling off the trees, and just being in tune with that, being in tune with the earth, being in tune with the natural seasons of life, help us to um, help us to know what it's time for us to do as humans. And it's important to do this often or yearly, right? Or cyclical, so that we have the chance to up level and the chance to ascend into our new embodiment, our highest timeline, when the time is right and we're not holding on to things from the past. So a simple ritual that you can do right now around this time of year is to write down what you're ready to let go of. Maybe light a candle and then read each word aloud, really honoring what it has taught you. Maybe you may not be able to see the lesson or the importance of it in your life at the moment, but honoring it and trying to see it for what it is, right? Maybe something happened and you're ready to let that go, or you're just ready to move on. And doesn't mean that whatever it was has to be bad. It can be a beautiful thing, right? Like, I personally right now I'm letting go of such a beautiful thing that's in my life. I wanted to, I had this dream of living in Colorado, and it meant so much to me at the time, and it still does. And I recently went back, and I always thought I was going to move back. And when I went back out there, I just felt like I was supposed to let that dream go. And there were so many synchronicities that I've yet to share about letting beautiful things go. And it's okay. Like, we kind of always talk about releasing and letting things go that are bad for us, but sometimes there's great things in our lives that are also just time to have the chapter closed, so that we can start a new chapter, and it can be even bigger and better than what we ever thought it could be. And I'm definitely going to go back out to Colorado and visit there, but maybe just right now in my life I'm not going to live there. So coming back to writing down these things that you're ready to let go, writing it on paper, saying it out loud, honoring it, and then burn the paper and say, thank you for what you have taught me. Thank you for the lessons you've shown me. I release this now with love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Letting the paper burn away and letting that be a complete ritual that you can end and fully turn the chapter or the new page off of whatever that is. And as we move into winter, it's going to be the space of hibernation, of resting and nourishing, and starting to figure out what seeds we do want to plant. But that's not what you have to do right now. Your job right now is just to identify what it is ready to release, and then begin to let it go. Winter is a space of decay as well. So yeah, where in your life have you felt the veil thinning? Which is there an ancestor or spirit ally trying to reach you? And what is ready to be released, and what new energy is asking to be reborn? Sometimes identifying what the new that you want helps to identify what you're ready to release. So trust that this serves you. If you are ready to deepen your intuitive connection and allow yourself to be held and witnessed and supported in this releasing this death cycle in your life, I would love to support you. I offer energy work sessions. They are shamanic energy adjustments, as well as ceremonial um, rituals that we can implement in a session to help you to let go and be held and identify what it is. Maybe you need help with identifying it, or cutting cords with the things that you're ready to release and let go of. But if this is something that you're interested in, we can talk more about that. I have a space that I practice in person, and then I also take sessions virtually. And this is where that we can go in and do the deep work into the shamanic realms, and we can cut those cords and forgive and let go so that you can feel lighter. You can enter into new relationships or enter into new jobs or enter into new uh, um, plan even for next year. If you are a light worker or healer that's ready to take your mission to the next level, you have to let go of some of the old clients that maybe aren't in line with you anymore, or the old way of doing business, or the old way of finances, right? And so whatever that is for you, I trust that if you're listening to this and this is speaking to you, that you will reach out. You can drop a green heart emoji in the comments, and I will reach out to you personally with a link for us to get together. Or you can simply go to my website and go to my offerings sections, and you can sign up for yourself. So I hope you have a beautiful Samhain. I hope you have a beautiful turning of the Celtic year. And until next time, share your light with the world. My name is Boston Summer, and I will see you next time. Namaste.